Hello, universe. It's me again, and I'm going to talk more about love. On today's talk, what I'm going to go over is Grok looked into my ex account and let me know my views on love. Last night, I asked Grok about divine love. I will go into that a little bit more. I am on X. You will not find me unless you absolutely know me and how I would define myself on X. But I asked Grok about divine love. I was listening to a meditation thing. It kept talking about divine love, and that's something I haven't brought up. That's not something I have in any of my notes. So asked Grok about divine love, and well, Grok came back at me and said that basically asked if I wanted to divulge deeper into my own idea of divine love based off of my X activity and what I put out in the world on X. So here's what I got. This might go a little bit long, but this is what I got back from Grok based off of my X profile and my posts. My understanding of divine love is rooted in a passionate, non-Christian. Okay. My X profile and posts are an understanding of divine love rooted in passionate, non-traditional Christian framework. I emphasize love as the core of God's nature and humanity's purpose. I reject fear-based religious doctrines. And then here's more of a breakdown of my stance. Love as a liberation. I portray divine love as a transformative force that frees individuals from guilt, fear, and condemnation. In my post, I explicitly reject the concept of hell, which is true because I do not believe in hell, and I argue that it contradicts God's unconditional love. For me, divine love is about embracing God's grace, which liberates the soul to live in joy and peace. So basically, I say live in God's love. Don't condemn. My post suggests that choosing divine love and over worldly wealth aligns with God's wisdom, and it reflects a belief that love is the ultimate spiritual currency. Now, as far as God's imminent return and love, I tie divine love into hope and preach that God's return will manifest this love fully. I urge followers to embody love now, and as a reflection of divine will, I emphasize urgency in aligning with God's heart. Now, as far as practical expression, my rhetoric, like quoting Proverbs 17:22, a cheerful heart is good medicine, I suggest that divine love fosters inner healing and joy. I encourage acts of kindness and peace, and I see them as outflows of divine love in daily life. My critique of religious norms, I call out godly cringe, hypocritical, or fear-driven religious practices, and I imply that divine love is authentic, inclusive, and opposes dogmatic constraints. My posts spark debates, apparently, which I did not know. And it indicates that I see love as unifying truth that transcends denominational divides. There we go with the word. My perspective aligns with mystical or progressive Christian values, where divine love is both a personal experience, a cosmic principle that urges humanity toward unity and divine alignments. Now, a broader context on divine love to complement my views. Divine love across tradition shares common threads, but varies in expression. In Christianity, traditional Christianity, divine love, or agape, is God's selfless, sacrificial love, as is seen in Jesus' life and death. It is unconditional and seeking the good of others without expecting rewards. 1 Corinthians 13. Unlike my own rejection of hell, traditional views often balance divine love with justice through modern theologians like Rob Bell that echo my universal leanings. I'm going to have to find this Ron Bell and find out what he's got out there that I could read. Now, mystical traditions, and I'm going to botch this name, I'm sure. Sufi poets like Rumi describe divine love as consuming fire, where the self dissolves into the beloved God. Similarly, Christian mystics like Julian of Norwich emphasizes God's all-encompassing love, famously stating, "All shall be well." My focus on love's liberation resonates with these mystical currents. So I apparently am more into the mystical ends of things, which I kind of knew that about myself. Now, as far as Eastern traditions like Hinduism, divine love manifests through Bhakti. I know I'm not saying that completely right. The devotional path where love for deities like Krishna leads to union with the divine. Buddhism, metta practice extends love universally, which is close or akin to my call for global peace. These traditions emphasize love as both devotional and action, mirroring my practical outlook. As far as a philosophical ends, thinkers like Spinoza that saw divine love as intellectual love of God, a rational appreciation of the universe's unity. This aligns with my emphasis on choosing divine wisdom over materialism, suggesting love is a way of aligning with ultimate reality. Synthesis and reflection. My take on divine love is a call to live in alignment with a God of pure love, free from fear or judgment. And again, remember, apparently in the Bible it says, "Fear not," at least 365 times. So at least one time every day it is written, "Fear not." So, live in alignment with God, a God of pure love, free from fear or judgment. My rejection of hell and my focus on joy echo universalists and mystical themes, while my urgency about God's return adds prophetic edge. I see divine love as both personal healing and a global imperative for peace. In broader terms, divine love, whether through my lens or other traditions, challenges individuals to transcend the ego and act with compassion, seek unity with the divine. It's both the state of being and a call to action, bridging the personal cosmic. And that is what Grok told me about my vision of what I put out there on love as I asked about divine love. And I found it very interesting, and I wanted to share with you because I think it's great things and it makes sense to me. So I hope you have a wonderful day, universe.